Hi, and welcome to episode 11 of the Aussie Tech Crypto Show, a show about cryptocurrency from an Australian viewpoint. I'm your host, Jason Oakley. This is my co-host, Will Tomkinson. Hey, Will.
Hey, mate. How's it doing?
Good. How's things up north? Still a bit warm?
Bloody hot. It's hit 38 or 39 today, and it's still like 30 degrees.
Wow. I swear we got to maybe 26 or something.
Yesterday we had a top of... well, it's still pretty warm yesterday. It still got to like 31 or something, but last night dropped down to like 8 degrees.
Oh, jeez. Hey, you keep it consistent up there?
Yeah, I know. So, yeah. Got the sniffles because it's hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold. So, yeah, that's always good.
Set you off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had fun today. I went to the dentist and had a filling done and then a wisdom tooth ripped out, which was much less... traumatic than when I had one done 20 years ago in Sydney where the dentist ended up putting his knee on my chest for leverage. Ended up having to take about 2 or 3 needles worth of numbing stuff and working back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. At the end of it, he put it in a little jar thing and he's like, I've never seen one like that before, and then walked around the office showing every other dentist in the building my tooth going, how bizarre is this? Have you ever seen anything like that? And then I was just in incredible, excruciating pain for the next 12 to 14 hours, just chewing down Panadine Fort like crazy. But today's one wasn't anywhere near that bad. And I ended up, he prescribed me some Panadine Fort, but I only had a couple of them a few hours ago and don't really need them that much, but it's getting rid of the ache anyway.
Yeah, so you're just that little bit less wise than you were before. So if your information's wrong this show, you know what to blame.
Is it ever... Of course our stuff is always right, because we know what we're talking about, right? We're professionals.
Just ask us, we'll tell you.
Each week we hope to bring you interesting information about and news about the crypto world and what it's all about. Today we talk about Huawei's blockchain smartphone, Binance opening an office in Malta, Yahoo Japan launching a crypto exchange, and a 15-year-old programmer hacks the secure Ledger Nano hardware device. Our coin of the week this week is the BNB. So let's start with some crypto news, Mr. T.
Yeah, so I love these Chinese phone manufacturers. They're always up to something.
Let's blockchain all the things.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to get a blockchain toaster next week.
I was going to say, what was it, a toaster or a heater or something last week, wasn't it? Chinese smartphone manufacturer Behemoth Huawei, I can never say it, so shut up, is reportedly looking to build blockchain-capable smartphones. If successful, it would be the first ever foray of a smartphone manufacturer into the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency. The Chinese smartphone maker is reportedly in negotiations with Sirin Labs in a bid to license the latter's Sirin OS on this new blockchain smartphone. Sirin OS will run alongside Alphabet Inc. Android operating system. With the Sirin OS, the phone will be able to run blockchain applications. Cool. Sirin Labs, for their part, is planning to release legacy blockchain capable smartphone called Finney. The phone is expected to be released during the summer of 2018 and will likely be sold at retail price of $1,000. Nimrod May, a spokesman for the company, not saying nothing. That's he's entitled to have that name. So the company revealed that over 25,000 units have already been pre-ordered. The phone will have a number of notable features that will be able to function as a blockchain-capable phone. Its features include built-in cold storage wallet, as well as a system that enables instant conversions of fiat to crypto. The device consequently offers quicker access to blockchain applications that require crypto coins instead of going through the hassle of using exchange platform. In summary, the Finney will have a built-in cold wallet and an exchange platform.
Nice. That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what they can do. I guess they've got to do something, don't they? Because the technology in a phone, realistically, hasn't changed in 5 years. We're still running the same. Well, unless you've got an iPhone, then you're slowly catching up. But most of the Android stuff, the processor hasn't really changed. The memory hasn't really changed. The GPUs haven't really changed. They're effectively the same phone they have been for the last 5 years. So
it's like the S9 has got a different camera.
yeah, that's it. And, maybe a bit more memory or a slightly better touchscreen or something. But realistically, they haven't really changed. But I suppose what that does mean is that the existing hardware that's in them is relatively cheap, relatively bulletproof, and they can continually make it smaller and smaller because they're refining it all the time, which does leave a lot of other room in the phone for other devices.
And we do know that the thing with the, Android and iPhone is they've already got the apps.
Yeah, that's right.
It is Sirin Labs. Who's going to start developing for them? You're going to need a lot of developers to do it.
Well, it sounds like it's not an open source thing either, so most likely would be themselves doing it. But I guess that would be the difference. Like, you could run an app on the Android OS. Let's say you're running one of the Android apps and it's got a certain speed, and then the Sirin OS being maybe native to the phone, if you run their application it may be faster, for example. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe it's a more streamlined, efficient specifically for streaming, for
secure
mining sort of software, so it may be more efficient in that regard.
It's going to have a lot of memory too, because if there's a lot of coins that you have to have the whole blockchain on your wallet. There's some light ones that can be pointed at other servers that have the blockchain, but some of them, I run them on my desktop here, such as the Aeon wallet, and you have to download the full blockchain, which is like 8 gigs, to your desktop computer before you can create a wallet and use it.
I mean, memory's cheap. You can buy I just bought some 64 gig thumb drives the other day for $6 each or something.
Yep.
Memory is so cheap now. Like, it's not even worth that big. The biggest issue they're going to have is the virtualization algorithms. Like, they currently, with a lot of them, they virtualize your system and run it on a server. But if you suddenly get 1 million users trying to do that, that's a lot of processing power the server potentially doesn't have. So I actually see bottlenecks now occurring with some of the mining software that may not necessarily have been a thing prior, unless the phones themselves, the software is designed to actually mine on the device, which, it is possible, I suppose.
You might have a hot device though in your pocket if it's they're mining. I found the
I probably wouldn't do that.
The current generation of smart devices, switch screens, compromises on user security. The focus is overwhelmingly on user experience at a huge cost in fraud and cybercrime. We believe the digital economy of the future cannot tolerate this trade-off. Device architecture demands a paradigm shift that enables true security while maintaining excellent user experience. Finney devices are the first cyber-protected blockchain-enabled mobile phone and PC. They enjoy the functionality of Android OS, there you go, plus a suite of cyber-security technologies giving users safe, reliable access to the blockchain. Finney devices form an independent blockchain network, a distributed ledger both scalable and lightweight, powered by a feeless DLC and Sirin Labs security ecosystem. Finney is free from centralized backbones and mining centers, capable of providing fast, feeless, and secure transactions. Finney devices will run on Sirin Labs' open source operating system, Sirin OS. This is designed to support inherent blockchain applications such as a crypto wallet, secure exchange access, encrypted communications, and a P2P resource sharing ecosystem for payment and apps supported by the SRN token. The SRN is the Finney network's default currency. Here are a few examples. Connectivity, stay connected while traveling abroad using P2P data connection sharing over Finney devices network. CPU, monetize Finney devices computer power while idle, sharing over the security of the Finney network. Power running low on battery is solved by trading battery power with another Finney user. That's interesting. Can you download it from their device?
I'm not exactly sure how that works, but okay.
Day-to-day, securely send and receive payments for services and products using Finney Fearless transaction system. Sirin Labs will partner with consumer electronics OEMs to promote the adoption of Finney architecture, the software platform, and the SRN currency. Both hardware and software platforms will be released as open source.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was just sort of reading into the Huawei sort of side of it as well, and they're saying that to go with it, they're going to release expansion drives that are compatible with the phones.
Oh, nice.
They don't specify how, whether it's going to be USB or whatever, but they say that, yeah, there's going to be an expansion drive available as well. So,
if you go to sirinlabs.com, they've got some product examples there. This Finney smartphone, state-of-the-art mobile device for the blockchain era, target price $999. Blockchain features Sirin OS, secure P2P resource sharing, built-in cold storage crypto wallet, distributed ledger consensus, Sirin Labs Cyber Protection Suite, behavioral-based intrusion system. That's what Linux servers use. Blockchain-based full tampering proof, physical security switch for wallet protection, secured communications, VoIP, text, email, 3-factor authentication, biometric, plus lock pattern, plus it monitors your behavior so it knows if somebody else might be using the phone, not the way that you tend to do it. I'm seeing a bit of that coming around lately, determining behavior. Technology specs, 5.5-inch display, 64 gig internal storage, 6 gig RAM, 12 megapixel main camera, 13 megapixel selfie camera. The selfie camera is an extra megapixel bigger than the main camera.
that's just weird.
And the Finney PC, they're doing computers. The first blockchain all-in-one PC built on thin client practices. Additional computer power, GPU, CPU, RAM can be added through Sirin Labs peer-to-peer resource sharing protocol or via cloud-based service. Target price $799. It comes with pretty much the same features as the phone, only it's got a 24-inch 2K display, biometric security sensors, 8 gig of memory, 256 gig storage, and Wi-Fi 802.11ac. That sounds very interesting. You can see a lot more on sirinlabs.com if you want to see partners, status, alignment, blockchain hub, Bancor, Google, and Leo management.
So it sounds like they're going to be doing what we're saying. They're going to be doing mining share or processor sharing, but they're not going to be doing it with the app like it's traditionally happening. They're going to be doing it with other users using the same hardware.
Sort of set up a network. That's
yeah,
cool.
It's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be the whole SETI thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can do it on your mobile phone as well.
So we'll see. I don't know. I mean,
you can pre-order the Phinney phone with the SRN tokens, and if you purchase it with their crypto token SRN, you get 10% discount.
I just wonder, with how hard it's getting to mine coins, if it would be. I mean, it's $1,000 for a phone. That's a lot of mining to make that
back again
worth it. You know,
depends on if you're going to get a new phone anyway.
Well, as long as you can use it as a phone while you're
doing the other stuff.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, time will tell, I suppose. But if you can only use it as the mining rig and then you can't do anything else, it's sort of pointless.
Well, having a look at this, it doesn't have much info about if it actually does any mining. I think it shares blockchains and
blockchain sharing, but still, that's quite resource intensive even to transmit and receive that much data.
Yeah.
So if it's in the process of doing that, is the phone still usable in between? Like if you're playing what's quite popular these days, some of the pretty high-end 3D games and things like that, if you're doing that, well, is that going to slow down,
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we expecting too much from a mobile phone?
They'd have to make priority your phone calls and your other stuff, and then leave the
Yeah,
the
you'd
background
think so.
when it's idle or something like that.
Be interesting to see. I mean, time will tell how it plans out. And I mean, I hope it does sort of work out, because if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be some of these, like those guys, like
But Huawei
you
know what they're
know,
doing, don't they?
them, and there's a few other Chinese. There's 2 or 3 really high-end Chinese manufacturers that make some amazing devices. So if anybody can do it, they'll be able to do it.
I can't wait, actually. It's the first time I've been excited about something new in a phone. I was looking at the S9 specs and reviews and stuff, and they're like, yeah, it's all right. If you got an S8, I wouldn't really worry. It'd be a good upgrade for an S7 or anything lower than that, but
Yeah,
S8, S9, pretty much of a muchness, same as, go from one iPhone to the next gen, always skip one to get something new and exciting. But if it's got a blockchain thing built into there, and since we're all about the cryptos and stuff, you could talk about it on the show.
yeah. Well, I was going to get. I ended up getting the Note 5, Samsung Note 5, but I was for a while going to get the. Is it the Zoomy or whatever it is?
Oh, Xiaomi, yep.
Xiaomi, yeah, their Note phones, because the cameras are better, they got faster processors, they got more memory. Like the Xiaomi Readme Notes, for example.
Yep.
The Note 4s and those, they're $250 or something. 64 gig RAM, 64 gig ROM, 4 gig RAM, dual SIM card, dual micro SD. Like they got a 13 megapixel camera, but apparently they got amazing lenses and amazing f-stops and stuff. They got all this stuff with them, and there's sort of, you look at that and you're like, they got octa-core 2 gig processors and all sorts of stuff, and you're like, okay, well that's $250.
Yeah.
Why am I spending $1,000 on a phone?
It does pretty much.
Basically does exactly the thing. I only got these because insurance paid them out because the other phones got flooded, but it's like, I don't sort of...
He literally means that. The phone.
Yeah, literally. Our house literally got flooded. So if you can take a $250 phone, so let's take this Note 4, which is already an amazing phone, and spend another, from their end, probably spend another $50 on it and put all this blockchain stuff in it.
Yep.
And then sell it for $1,000. You not only have a fantastic, good quality, high-end phone, but so yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this sort of pans out now. And if it does take off, does that mean that a lot of them are going to start blocking ASIC mining and stuff like that? So
I hope so. I need a lot more coins that block ASIC mining, because it just screws me out of being able to get some coins.
Look at Australia Coin, for example. It's great. I love Australia Coin. I still regularly trade it and work with it, and I'm slowly getting a collection. But
I want to mine it.
Yeah, you could mine it for a day, and then once the ASIC miner stepped in, that was it. It's just like it was just so frustrating. And there's a lot of them doing that, and it's kind of annoying. I get it. You do have to have people mining to release the coins to some degree, but you don't want it out of the reach of the average punter as well. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe they're working on some sort of ASIC resistance code to put into Australia. That'd be cool. If not, just wait for your airdrop on Fridays on the crypto.
Yeah, that's what I do. Can you,
great guys.
If you've already established a coin though, can you change its parameters? So like if you've already, because Australia Coin was forked off Litecoin.
Aeon, which I'm now mining with my desktop and Linux computer, and Electronium that I was mining before, were forked off from Monero. And Monero's just done a rehash of itself so that it's going to have more ASIC resistance, plus a few other extra features they've thrown in, but mostly for ASIC resistance because they want it to be able to be mined by CPU and GPUs rather than these big companies that just got walls and walls of ASICs sitting there churning all day and night. I think it could be done. It just depends on if Litecoin is compatible with something like that.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if you've already got a fork off of something like Litecoin, would you have to, can you redevelop the whole coin, or are you sort of limited into what you can? We'll have to get someone back on who knows a little bit more about it, I suppose.
Yeah.
He wants an excuse to come back on the show. We'll get him back on and we'll talk about it and say, is this something that is possible? I mean, it may not even be possible to do. I don't know. I got no idea.
Yeah. Alrighty, and some other interesting news. Malta's Prime Minister Joseph Muscat announced that it is welcoming Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, to its blockchain island, reported on Bitcoin.com. Zhao Shangpeng, Binance CEO, mentioned, after meeting with Parliamentary Secretary Mr. Silvio Schembri, we were impressed by the logical, clear and forward-thinking nature of Malta's leadership. After reviewing a proposal bill, we are convinced that Malta will be the next hotbed for innovative blockchain companies and a centre of the blockchain ecosystem in Europe. Binance is committed to lending our expertise to help shape a healthy regulatory framework, as well as providing funds for other blockchain startups to grow the industry further in Malta. Recently, Malta developed a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency to bring more people to start using it. The Prime Minister wants Malta Island to be recognised as a world leader in blockchain regulations, mentioning he believes Malta will become global trailblazers in the regulation of blockchain-based businesses and the jurisdiction of quality and choice for world-class fintech companies. Binance expressed that they established in Malta due to its existing pro-blockchain legislation and the stability that it offers financial technology companies through its regulatory framework. Binance is planning to bring fiat payment facilities in Malta. Binance will soon start a fiat to crypto exchange on the European island nation and is close to securing a deal with local banks that can provide access to deposits and withdrawals, mentioned Binance's CEO. That's the most exciting thing about this news story for me, is that they're going to bring fiat finally to Binance. At the moment, I have to buy everything, get my fiat into a different exchange, convert it into Bitcoin, and then transfer it, which gets an extra fee for transferring it, and then convert it into other coins once I get there. But if you can use your fiat to get credit on Binance, then you can buy whichever coin straight away. You don't lose money in the transfer and have to wait around for potentially hours. And you also don't lose money when you convert that into another coin. So it's usually a double whammy: fees on this exchange to transfer, and then fees on that exchange to convert into something else. Now you just upload your fiat onto Binance and boom, buy whatever you want straight away. I think that's fantastic. Yep. Very exciting.
And it's really interesting that something like Malta is doing that. When you type into Google, what is Malta known for?
Yep.
Pretty much every result comes up and says Malta is known for its tranquil island. That's basically what every single most generic answer. Yeah, the sun, sea, and beautiful beaches. That's basically what every Google response spits back at you.
Maybe that's something that they're looking to change.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a very interesting. It's just strange at Malta of all places, but yeah, look, it's great, and I think they've realised that things like cryptocurrency, especially, are fickle. The market's so fickle. If they don't like a ruling or a legislation, there's absolutely nothing stopping them from just picking up and walking next door and going, "Hey, we're coming over here now."
Yeah.
And so I think the fact that they're embracing that particular aspect of it, and they're basically saying, "Look, we want to be friendly to you, to the cryptocurrency. Whether in this particular case it's Binance, but I think it would be across the board. Wouldn't specifically be Binance. If they say if anybody else wants to come here, we're going to do what we can to help you. Help us."
The new Silicon Valley, blockchain Silicon Valley.
Well, realistically, it's perfectly feasible. I mean, it's if they manage it correctly, and they, as I said, that they've got existing pro-blockchain legislation, if they keep that up and they allow companies to do what companies do, and that's change and evolve and adapt, and I think it's going to be really good for crypto in general. It may make other countries stand up and sort of go, well, okay, we kind of made a hash of that.
Give us another chance. We promise we'll be good.
Yeah, we promise we won't screw you over quite as badly the second time.
It's kind of like when movie companies are looking to film a movie somewhere, and this one town or state or country even is like, well, hey, we'll give you these discounts and we'll provide this support and all of this. And the other ones are like, oh, no, we don't want people stopping traffic in our town. They're like, well, we'll go with this one. Oh, suddenly you get this boom of influx, and a lot of people, for some reason, I've yet to figure out. It's like, oh, I saw that location on a TV show, so I'm going to pay money and go on holiday to that place so I can see the location for reals.
Yeah. I mean, look at a classic example. That's somewhere, I mean, like Detroit, for example. There's absolutely nothing going on there but at the moment. So the mayor of Detroit's so happy to any movie that wants to shoot there. He's like, yeah, no worries. You want to destroy that city block? No worries. You go for it. You do whatever you want to do. It's the same thing happened when Sydney and Melbourne first started when the Warner Brothers Movie World opened up at the Gold Coast, and Sydney and Melbourne sort of started to get involved on the act. Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx, was one of the first movies to take advantage of that.
Yep.
And I was actually in Melbourne at the time they were shooting that. And it was absolutely insane. They had half a dozen of the major CBD blocks shut down for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
It was on a Sunday, so it wasn't horrendous, but it's still it's really unusual to see a city like Melbourne in particular embrace that, because that's the complete opposite end of the spectrum. But you're right. I think whether it be Malta, whether it be you pick a small country, and I think they're probably better suited to this, actually.
They're more adaptable.
Because they're more adaptable. They've got more room for... they probably don't have a cryptocurrency advisory board. So they can establish one when they've got grounding and they've got guidelines and they've got flexibility that a lot of the bigger countries don't have.
They also don't have a Wall Street there going, no, keep with normal money and give it to us. We really we'll help you and stuff.
They most likely don't have a Rothschild-owned bank either.
Crypto's evil.
Is it Rothschild or the other one? I can't remember whichever one it is. But yeah, they would most likely have an independent banking system as well. And let's face it, if they're not part of the regular, say, US dollar trading or the euro trading, it doesn't really matter about their economy. Like, they're not going to care what the rest of the world thinks. It's not going to affect them in that regard. It's not like it's a holiday destination for the majority of tourists anyway. I mean, I know some people that have gone there, but certainly not when you think of going on holidays. It's not somewhere your mind automatically go. Yeah, well,
they're going to have like blockchain kiosks popping up everywhere and Bitcoin shops and things like this.
That'd be interesting. You go on holidays with your 13 Bitcoins that you've accumulated, then you get over there, then all of a sudden it crashes.
I can't get back home now.
Yeah. Suddenly your $150,000 is worth about $12.08, and
but you said it was such a lovely place that you probably wouldn't mind getting stranded there, right?
Well, this is true. I can think of worse places. Maybe that's why they're doing it. They figure worst case scenario, they get a bit bigger population.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's good as opposed to other countries, who we'll talk about soon.
Yes, a little bit less crypto friendly, perhaps.
And ironically, Yahoo Japan is planning to launch its own cryptocurrency exchange. According to the Asian Review...
I feel the hole that Binance is leaving.
Yeah, according to the Asian Review, Japanese internet firm will take 40% stake in BitArg. BitArg.
It's a pirate one, isn't it?
BitArg. Exchange Tokyo next month, with a plan to build new exchange using BitArg. You got to say it like that now. Technology in approximately a year's time. That's it. That's the way it's forever known. Well, if you take the bit out, it says barg.
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 That's probably why they put the...
Yeah, that was BitArg is already licensed by Japanese financial regulator. The Financial Services Agency, or FSA for short, is reported... The report says it's expected to receive further investments from Yahoo Japan in early 2019. Yahoo Japan, they're very specific. Yahoo Japan will purchase the shares in BitArg through its subsidiary YJFX, because that just rolls off the tongue. A Forex transaction platform. The 40% stake will cost the firm around 2 billion yen, which is about 19 million US, I'm guessing. After the purchase, the team from YJFX is expected to kick off development of the new exchange, as well as designing systems for corporate government, customer management, and security. So, basically, is that in this story? No. You're talking about how, off air, we're talking about how Japan is basically non-crypto friendly.
Yep.
And that's why Binance has gone to Malta, because they're welcoming Bitcoins, but so they're non-crypto friendly unless it's their own crypto.
Yep.
Do they not know how, like, decentralization and, you know, like, let's take one of the largest cryptocurrencies around.
The largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world.
Well, yeah.
Let's annoy them until they go away.
Yeah, let's want to know about them and tax them and get rid of them, and they've gone. Well, I suppose we could start our own exchange.
Yahoo, can you help out with that?
We're really good at this. We've got our own cryptocurrency that nobody uses, and we've got a couple of acronyms that are laying around.
You know that Yahoo is going to be safe and not get hacked, right?
Oh yeah, I mean Yahoo is perfectly safe. It's a great platform to put a cryptocurrency on.
You can trust them. Trust me, guy. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
See, it's Yahoo Japan. They're safe. See, it's not Yahoo America or Yahoo UK or AU or...
Which doesn't exist anymore because they ripped it apart and half went to Alibaba and half went to Verizon.
Isn't it Yahoo 9 or Yahoo 7? Yahoo 7 or something now?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. They couldn't even figure out what they wanted to do. They
joined up with the 7 network in Australia because Channel 9 with MSN at the time, Microsoft.
That's right. Because that was another fantastic move by another Australian
joint
company.
Venture that went on to just like a major...
I can't figure out what was worse. One going with Yahoo and one going with MSN. I'm like, okay, which one's going to fail first? It wasn't a matter of who, it was a matter of, like, it wasn't a matter of when, it was a matter of which one was going first. Yeah, it's like it's a race to fail.
They both had a race to the bottom, didn't they?
Oh, it was hilarious when you'd get something like Big Brother. When Big Brother first started, it was actually popular. And they go, hey, you can watch it live online now. Well, no, you couldn't. You know, theoretically you could go and watch it live online, but when you actually went to the website, nothing would happen. It wouldn't even crash. It just wouldn't do anything. Like that, it's not like it even overloaded the server. The server, nah, sorry, look, bandwidth guys, just come back later. It was just like, no, this page, there's nothing here. What are you doing? This isn't a thing. Go away.
Not like we had any speed distributed anyway.
No, well, they're probably using ADSL. There's 2 ISDN lines plugged in somewhere. But, yeah, look, I don't understand. I don't understand. They're passing laws to make one company go away, and then now that company's gone away, even though these laws are in place, they've made their own exchange to launch to fill the void of the one that went away that's going to break the same laws, but it's okay because it's theirs. Am I close?
Yeah, just highly regulated. So a lot of people are going to be like, oh, yeah, let's go with the one that the government highly regulates. A government that is never going to be in the pockets of other banks or financial institutions that are anti-crypto because they want you to get all your money through banks.
Yeah. But what I find funny is It's not bad enough that they've got their own exchange, but they're not using that. They're using a subsidiary of another exchange.
Yep.
So they're not even using their own exchange to break their own rules. They're using somebody else's exchange to break their rules.
I saw a cool website the other day. I was looking around, and there's a company that makes exchange platforms, and they'll host the server for you, and they'll host the exchange for you and make sure everything keeps up and going for cryptocurrency. And then you just brand it Aussie Tech Crypto Exchange, ATCEX, and then you launch your own exchange, and away you go. You don't have to do any of the support or anything. They take some money, obviously, for helping you out, but
we should do that.
Yeah. Get our own exchange going. Do you want to be cool?
I actually just looked in the chat, and we actually have one of our Obsidian Loft friends in there. Cat has popped up out of nowhere.
Hey, Cat, meow, Cat.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yes, I am watching. I am watching the stream. I am watching the chat sometimes. So that answers that question.
Got a shout out on the podcast anyway.
That's it.
Not Striker. We're not even going to mention Striker exists on the podcast.
Yeah, slacker.
He can miss out.
That's it. I'll still take the drops. So that's fine.
Yeah.
If you go to, you've got your web browser open there. If you go to that. As we're talking about, that exchange is actually YJFX. So if you go to yjfx.jp,
yep,
you'll see exactly how useful this exchange is.
Very colourful.
Clearly open to the entire world. There's no bias at all on who's supposed to be viewing this website.
About some reports on our company. Notice of change in reading time.
Google's doing its best to try and translate it, but it's YJFX is a Yahoo Japan company that provides the best trading environment and opportunities for improvement for all traders. Apparently,
4 services to choose from.
Yes, they have 4 services. I don't tell you what they are, but they have 4 services to choose from.
It is very attractive that any FX service has abundant handling cryptocurrency pairs. That's a quote. They don't say who from.
It's just a random quote, yeah.
It's just got a shadow outline silhouette of somebody.
And then they've got, it is safe because it's a Yahoo group.
Learn the content. Lots. Free online seminar.
It is nice to have T-points accumulated.
Yep.
Apparently. I mean, sure. So yeah, 22 kinds of currency pair. Yep. Then they got 22 kinds of fruit. Great.
22.
Didn't somebody? Oh no, that was citrus. Okay, different company.
Binary options. It's got binary options.
YJFX cheat sheet. You learn FX properly, the results will come. Tornomaki quizzes for trade perfection. Yes, but anyway, so I thought that's interesting. It's actually a semi-legit website anyway. Can't read most of it, but it's a thing.
Sure it is.
I just found that interesting.
A 15-year-old programmer named Salim Rashid discovered a flaw in the popular Ledger hardware wallet that allowed hackers to grab secret pins before or after the device was shipped. The holes, which Rashid described on his blog, allowed for both a supply chain attack, meaning a hacker could compromise the device before it was shipped to the customer, and another attack that could allow a hacker to steal private keys after the device was initialized. Rashid is not affiliated directly with any Ledger competitors, although there was some suggestion that he did some work on Trezor and other competing hardware wallets. The Ledger team described the vulnerabilities dangerous but avoidable. For the supply chain attack, they wrote, by having physical access to the device before generation of the seed, an attacker could fool the device by injecting his seed instead of generating a new one. The most likely scenario would be a scam operation from a shady reseller. If you bought your device from a different channel, if this is a second-hand device, or if you are unsure, then you could be the victim of an elaborate scam. However, as no demonstration of the attack in the real has been shown, it is very unlikely. In both cases, a successful firmware update is the proof that your device has never been compromised. Further, the post-purchase hack...
Read that again. The successful... What was
firmware update is proof your device has never been compromised. It's not great grammar, but they just mean if you get one that you think might be dodgy, update the firmware and it'll override it.
Yeah, so I read it, I'm like, so if anything I own updates, it's never been compromised. Well, hang on, that doesn't make any sense.
Right, it turns back time, goes through a wormhole. Further, the post-purchase hack can be achieved only by having physical access to the device, knowing your PIN code and installing a rogue unsigned application. The rogue app could break isolation between apps and access sensitive data managed by specific apps such as GPG, U2F, or Neo. Ledger CEO Eric Lachavek claimed that there are no reports of the vulnerability affecting any active devices. No one was compromised that we know of, he said. We have no knowledge that any device was affected. But they've got firmware updates to fix it regardless, so that you don't have to worry about that going forward.
I also love the fact it's always some random 15-year-old kid. It's never a 65-year-old guy who's been hacking its entire life. It's some 15-year-old kid who accidentally stumbled across it.
Yeah. How crazy, right?
Yeah. I wonder if there's some logic to that. I wonder if it's because they are just getting started and they don't know all the rules. They accidentally break a rule and that's what does it.
That's how they find something. Yeah, could be.
Yeah. You know, like they're not doing brute force attacks. They're not specifically targeting it. They just happen to screw something up and it finds a vulnerability instead of having the code perfect and working
properly. A young
fellow
found out the latest huge Trojan worm that was going around the internet, and he saw that it was relying on whether or not a domain with random characters had been registered, and if it was registered, then the worm would deactivate. So he registered it, and all the worms turned off around the world and saved everybody's computers.
Yeah, once again, just somebody who didn't understand the rules completely and sort of worked, or maybe did understand the rules, but was flexible enough to work around them, you know.
Yep. Probably a lot of people would be like, oh, we don't know what that is. We better not register it. You never know what might happen. And he's just like, I'm going to try it. Oh, look, I saved the world. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'll send you the bill later. You can pay for the website. You'd then keep that website, wouldn't you? Like, you'd never get rid of that website, would you?
No.
You'd host it and put something on there just because.
Yeah. You put Google ads on there.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. And everybody who clicks on the link then goes there. And but yeah, no, it's interesting that supply chain attacks. So what was it? Grabbing pins? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if someone bought a Ledger hardware device from the Ledger company and then they were reselling it, they could inject some code into there before they resold it. Always be very careful. Don't go buying Ledger hardware wallets and things like, or Trezors from eBay and places like that, because anyone can pre-install a seed on there. They've had examples of someone receiving like a Ledger wallet and it's got a scratch-off code, and you scratch the code off and it's got the mnemonic that we talked about in a previous episode where it's got 12 random words that make up a wallet. That somebody has already created that wallet. That's how he knows those keys. Yeah. And he also knows those keys. So once you start getting your coins in there, he has access to them because he can create the wallet on his computer as well. So if you need it so that when you get the device, you turn it on and it's like, hi, welcome to setting up your wallet or whatever it has on there. I've never had one. And then it's like, click here to create the key hash, and then it creates it. The only other problem is, even if you get from somebody on eBay and it has that on there, there's not anything to say that that's not a set of 12 words that he's already generated a wallet and is just displaying that on the screen, and you think that it's automatically generated it. That's why they say if you want to really, really desperately want to get one from eBay or something like this, as soon as you get it, download the firmware and overwrite it immediately.
I mean, I do that with most devices I buy on eBay anyway, whether it's a router, whether it's a hard drive, whether it's a whatever.
And if it's
The
a
first thing I
USB
do
key,
is-
don't just go jamming it in your computer to try and format it to get rid of stuff, because it can install as soon as you plug it in if your computer's not set up right.
No, take it to work and do it there.
Hmm.
Let their IT department worry about it.
That's right. They get paid
But
for
yeah,
that stuff, man.
That's it, exactly. But that's what I mean. Like, I get it, I suppose. And once again, most of this is caused by people who know just enough to order a device, or just enough to know they want a device, but not really enough to know software and hardware in general.
Yeah.
But also, having said that too, we are, as we keep saying, we're really in the early days of cryptocurrency, and these sort of breaches potentially are going to happen for a while until people figure out.
It's just like an operating system.
you know.
Windows has been hackable for years, and they'd send out update, fix it so it's not hackable, and they find a vulnerability.
No, they don't fix it. They just move the problem somewhere else.
Find it in the PNG LZ WZ decrypt decoding script library that they use, which was a free one online and stuff like this. There's always going to be something that's going to be vulnerable. And
I mean, Windows is part of the problem to some degree because, as you mentioned before, the USB stick thing. But the reason that functions is because you can install an app, give it a specific name and a specific set of parameters that Windows is looking for, and it will go, oh, this isn't a USB key, I don't need to ask you permission, this is a mouse, I install mice automatically without permission. And that's how that side of it works. I mean, it started back with the autoplay in Windows 95. That was the first sort of start of this
bad
breach,
idea.
where you could put anything in the boot sector of a CD, and as soon as you put it in, it would autoplay the disk, and it would generally pop up the... Well, yeah, I mean, it would usually, if it's legit, it would pop it up and say, hey, this is, Windows 95 Plus, would you like to install? You go, yes, but... Well, you probably should say no. But but the same technology could be used by a virus or by anybody to autoplay, and they don't have to ask you. Well, the program's already running. Once it's running, it can do whatever it wants. And I think whenever you have Windows involved in something like cryptocurrency, even insofar as the program has to work on Windows, you are allowing a layer of insecurity in there. And I mean, that's just part of it. It's, and I think, like, you look at banking apps now, they're getting more and more secure to the point where they're running completely virtualized within a browser. They've got their own keyboard, they've got their own thing that's, unless you're physically watching the screen, it's almost impossible to grab the data now. And I think cryptocurrency will progress to that level, but at the moment, it just be smart about it. If you
infancy,
and if you do have 100 coins one day and 97 the next, maybe might be time to open a new wallet somewhere else and move the stuff across.
As soon as possible.
Because that's one thing you can do. You can have multiple wallets open, or the same wallet open on multiple devices, and as long as nobody actually interferes with it, i.e. does a transaction, you would never know that somebody else is looking at your wallet. It's only if they decide to transfer money in or out would you realise that there's something wrong. So they can wait and go, I need 200 of this particular coin for the next job I'm going to do, and they'll sit there and they'll watch your wallet and they'll wait until you get 200 of that coin, and then they'll go, that's mine now, thanks.
Bam. Gone.
And as we know, there's no real recourse for that.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
It is. Alrighty, so more ad bans. Not bands as in music bands. Bans as in going away. Twitter announces this week it's banning cryptocurrency ads with limited exceptions. This comes on the heel of similar ban from Google last week. Competitor Facebook has banned ads in January, which is a lot of garbage. Trump signed an executive order this week banning US residents from engaging in transactions related to Venezuela's petro. And it's ambiguous at the moment how this will be enforced. Petro has faced many obstacles after reportedly raising $5 billion, been declared illegal by the Venezuelan Congress despite support from the president. It's also been linked to Russia with some consider the reason for Trump's ban. Just on that, yeah, look, they say YouTube, Google, and Facebook have banned crypto ads, but all I have got in the last 2 weeks, is crypto ads. Well, what was it last week? I sent you that link for Bunny Coin or whatever it was, which is the Playboy one. So, like, literally, that's all I'm getting now that I've got. I don't know why suddenly, but yeah, in the last 2 weeks, I'm getting heaps and heaps of crypto. So they must be banning. Maybe they're just banning non-verified ones.
If it doesn't like Playboy or Binance or whoever is putting ads.
Like an actual a legit, well-known exchange.
They probably wouldn't put ads for Aussie Tech Crypto on there.
No, but they should, and they should put ads for Australia Coin on there as well and run them together, because then you have Aussie Tech Crypto and Australia Coin, and they could take over the world. But it's weird that they say that. Yeah, but it was like when remember, it'd be 10 years ago now, where they banned gambling ads in Twitter and Facebook and whatever, except for all the games that you could actually download on Facebook and, So, yeah, I don't know exactly how they're enforcing that. It's a little weird that that's even something there. I mean, okay, they're supposed to be targeted ads, right? These companies are supposed to have their AI figured to the point that they know what you're looking for. So, why does it matter if they give you a crypto ad? If you've been Googling it for the last 3 days,
who are registering things like BINNANCA, Binance.com, and saying, "Hey, come here for the secure world's biggest crypto trading platform." That's a lot for Google ads.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess. So as long as they stick to secure ads, but that's no different than any other website, whether it's AliExpress ripoff or whether it's an eBay ripoff or anything at all, has got a bad side to it. I mean, what are they going to ban all the ads? Well, YouTube pretty much has banned all the ads. So, yeah, I don't know. It's something that'd be interesting to see where this goes. Is this going to go to physical media as well? Like, physical media now in Australia at least can't promote gambling, can't promote cigarettes, can't promote alcohol, can't promote... there's a lot of stuff they can't promote, but I'm wondering, is that going to be the next thing? Are they going to say, okay, you can't promote crypto? Which means our show's in trouble.
Then what do we do?
That's all right. Fire up the VPN. And Trump, yeah, look, I don't know. Once again, this is not knowing how international things on the internet work. Yes, let's just ban something that we can't control, because that's what we normally do. Yeah. So, yeah, I just find it hilarious that this particular cryptocurrency, which has raised, I mean, it's doing quite well if you actually look at it, it's doing all right. So they've raised $5 billion. The Venezuelan Congress, who's clearly in the pockets of all the centralized banking, has declared it illegal. The president's like, well, it's fine. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with it. I invested in it. What more? I bought some. What more do you want?
We'll say hi to Way Plays, who's joined the chat channel on Twitch.
Sweet. So there you go.
Aussie Tech Crypto, or click the link on the website. And another news article for you, sir.
Yes, the widely popular Ethereum application Crypto Kitties, and no, it's got nothing to do with Playboy bunnies. Has raised, although Playboy bunnies and Crypto Kitties, that'd be an interesting. Anyway, has raised $12 million in funding round led by venture capital firms Andreessen Horowitz and Union Square Ventures USV. Announced on Tuesday, the Series A funding round also featured personal investments from major tech figures such as Coinbase co-founder Fred Ersham, AngelList CEO Naval, yeah, righto, Ravikant.
I didn't give you this story on purpose.
And Zynga founder Mark Pincus. Developed by Canadian-based venture studio Axiom Zen, CryptoKitties is a decentralized application that runs on the Ethereum network and allows users to collect, breed, and trade digital cats. Hang on. Anyone remember Tamagotchis? Same deal. These felines are constructed as ER2721 tokens, making them digital collectibles that are uniquely identifiable, and scarce. As CNN reported, the game quickly became an overnight success, and at one point, CryptoKitties single-handedly clogged the Ethereum network. Yeah, good.
Hilarious.
Leading to at least one initial coin offering. Sophia Texas to postpone its token sale. According to VentureBeat, CryptoKitties users have collectively conducted more than 40 million worth of transactions, and 5 cats have each sold for more than 100,000. I'm getting in on this. After the show, that's it. This is all I'm doing from now on. CryptoKitties activity has declined over the past several months, but the game is still the third most popular Ethereum DApp and has spawned a number of copycats, including one developed by Chinese tech conglomerate Baidu, which is like their internet, effectively. Yep. Baidu is like their Google. In tandem with the funding round announcement, Axiom then also revealed that CryptoKitties will spin off into its own venture. We envision a world of play, one without limits, CryptoKitties said. Is that like a World of Warcraft thing? Where games can be entire economies, unlocking mutual incentives for players and builders to extend the game experience. Yes, it is World of Warcraft. The future is meow. The company concluded. That's, who was that?
The future is now.
Yeah, who was that? Is that like Captain Planet or something?
Something like that.
This is a really interesting concept. I need to look more into this. I vaguely remember seeing a game, actually an Ethereum game, a few weeks ago, but I sort of didn't pay much attention to it. But
well, if you go to DAppRadar.com, DAPPRadar.com, just bring that up on the screen. It's got a list of DApps and new ones and which are the top ones. So at the moment, there's ETH Town pre-sale, where it's a little game where you can go around buying towns and things. Fork Delta, which I think is an exchange, and IDEX as well. CryptoKitties is number 3. Then POWH3D, Ethercraft, which their logo looks like Minecraft, but it's Ether on the Ethereum network. I don't think it's
that's
really
it. That's all I'm playing now.
The token store app, Ethereumon, which is like Pokemon, but you got to catch them all, run on the Ethereum network. Fish Bank, which is fish instead of cats you can collect. Etherbots, which is a robot one where you can build a robot from parts and then you fight against other robots. A few other non-game apps. There's a marketplace, Decentraland Marketplace, the ETH Town Crypto Bots, Billybit, Ether Quest, Ether Dungeon, Age of Myth, Crypto Fighters, Ether Roll. There's casinos. So there was one edgeless there that looked pretty cool that I wouldn't mind. You buy some in Chrome. There's a Chrome add-on called MetaMask, which allows you to store Ethereum in the Chrome plugin and wallet, which is a local wallet on your computer. And then when you go to any of these websites that are listed on DAppRadar.com, if you've got the MetaMask wallet installed with Ethereum and you start on there, then you can buy into the game and start playing it. So if you have something, there's one here, Crypto Cities, that I was looking at, and you start off there, you do some, you go online and people are selling cities, and all the cities are in the actual real world. So you could end up buying like Japan, Sydney, Tauranga, all these different ones, London. And yes, the small cities start off and they're putting free ones on, I think, every 15 minutes to discover. Once you discover one, you have to wait about 16 hours before you can discover another one. But when you discover the next one, you can sell the first one at a higher price than what you purchased the first one for. And then your next level one, you can sell that at a higher price, and it goes on and on. It's like virtual real estate all around the world. And then if you've got something like the Robot one, or what was some of the other ones, Ethereum or Fish Bank, you go on there, you buy, or like the crypto kitties, you buy one kitty, and then you can either wait around or you can buy a second one. Then you can breed those two together and makes a third kitten that you can now sell on the marketplace. And you make money when somebody buys that from you with real Ethereum. It goes into your MetaMask wallet. You can transfer out into any other wallet.
Yeah, I was just looking at this Ethercraft. It's very much Zelda-like.
Yep.
Looks like the old Zelda style game. But yeah, I was just reading what you're saying about getting started. You need to use MetaMask, install that, navigate to Ethercraft, start collecting items. Be sure to use the right gas price. You can find the best price to use here at ethgasstation.info.
Yep.
The way it looks is that you pay to play effectively. The coins... It looks like you initially pay to start playing the game, and then the more you play the game, the more coins you get, so you can self-sustain at that point. But initially, you have to pay to get in.
Yep. So all of them got a small payment to begin. Some of them are like 0.004 Ether, which works out to be like $3 or $4 Australian, or maybe $6 Australian and $4 US. And there was another one I saw that was like 0.0008 or something like that. It was like $2 to join, and you could start playing then, or you could put more in there and start buying bigger, more rarer things and stuff like this. So
it'd be really interesting to see if somebody comes up with a plugin for actual Minecraft. So when you are actually mining and building and functioning in game, it actually could process that in the back end somehow
create coin.
Yeah.
Well, Engine's fully integrated with Minecraft for their plugin and also their coin now, so you can start buying and selling super magical axes and swords and things like this. And people will buy it with real ENJ currency.
But it'd be better if that was actually a thing based on the actual gameplay, because I mean it's literally a game about mining is the vast majority of the game.
Yep.
I mean, I can think of countless hours I've spent mining in that game. If you made that a real thing, I think that would be absolutely...
How many AFK miners would you find then?
Well, it's pretty simple, because all you do is you make it so that you have to have movement involved, and that takes out the AFK mining then.
Yeah.
So...
And monitor the movement too, because just moving the mouse around is very easy to program. One of my friends had a web-based game that he used to play, and he just scripted it so that it would auto-play and keep moving around enough so it wouldn't AFK or auto-log him off, but it could also perform transactions or move around and do things in the game at the same time. So
yeah, well, Minecraft already has that ability to know the difference between an AFK and a, it even knows if a player's there. Like if you're working on a mob farm and you are AFK at the mob farm killing mobs, you're not actually moving, but it does actually recognise you're still playing. It knows the difference. So cool. That's already built into it. So I think that'd be cool. Someone get on that.
Yeah. And I'll quickly run through our coin of the week since we're running out of time. Coin of the week, we're not recommending purchasing it, just explaining what it is and what it can be used for, particularly if it has a good real-world use. This week's coin is BNB, the Binance coin. Binance is currently the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange with over $6 billion in cash traded in an average 24-hour period. That's $6 billion in a day. Binance's rise to the top has been swift. Since its launch 6 months ago, Binance has grown at a rapid rate. Millions of users per week sign up to use the exchange. Binance is also the name of crypto coin BNB, traded and used on the Binance exchange. Since the ICO, the value of BNB has risen with the growth of the exchange. BNB is now among the top 30 cryptocurrencies in the world by market cap. BNB is an ERC20 token built on Ethereum. The total supply is limited at 200 million BNB, after which no more coins will be created. You can use BNB to pay your fees on the Binance exchange, or you can still choose to pay your fees in the cryptocurrency you're exchanging. Binance offers a rebate as an incentive to pay fees in BNB. In your first year of membership on Binance, fees are discounted 50% when paid in BNB. With every subsequent year of membership, the fee discount decreases. By your fifth year using Binance, there is no longer a fee discount for paying in BNB. Binance is promoting the adoption of the BNB token in hopes it will drive customer loyalty. The rebate, of course, is a nice perk for lowering trading fees, but even after the rebate decreases, users are still likely to own leftover BNB that they might as well continue to use. As a dominant cryptocurrency exchange in the world, we can expect Binance's coin to circulate widely. The more its adoption grows, the more valuable and useful it becomes. Right now, BNB's primary value is within the exchange. This makes BNB unique among most new coins since it already has a practical use case. Most investors will get the highest ROI out of cashing in on the BNB rebate. However, in the future, it's possible the value of BNB could grow as an asset. For the earliest investors, they've already seen a large return on BNB. It'll be interesting to see if investors continue to take the rebate or hold BNB in hopes it will appreciate. BNB to Bitcoin value is 0.001565 Bitcoins or $17.31 Australian. And as of a couple of days ago, I've got 9.24 BNB coins. So I traded in a lot of coins that didn't seem to be doing much. And now that they're going to be opening in Malta and also have the fiat importing ability, I think BNB might start going up in value. So that's one that I went with.
Yeah, well, especially now that they've adjusted their trading location.
Yeah. Should be a lot better for all of us.
And I should specify too, I know that there are specific plugins, like a Bitcoin plugin that you can bind Bitcoins with Minecraft, but I was talking the whole generalized thing, saying they're locked into one coin, but anyway, that's another story.
Yeah. Don't forget to visit our website at aussietechcrypto.com and send us an email from the Contact Us form, or jump into Discord, which is linked from there, to talk to us. You can sometimes watch us streaming if we get around to setting that up. And that's all linked from our website. Up the top corner, there's a little on-air button or offline, so you can tell when we're actually streaming live. And also, don't forget to like the Facebook page. And I've actually got a Twitter account just for crypto stuff called ATCJAS, Aussie Tech Crypto Jace. And it's not really for sharing information about the show, but I just use it because it's easier to have different for following crypto stuff and retweeting it stuff. So
that's it.
And yeah, pop into our Discord channel, like the Facebook and all of that, and we'll catch you next week. See you, everyone.
See ya. Bye.
This show is a part of the Aussie Tech Heads podcasting network. You can listen to us at aussietechradio.com. We're not licensed advisors, so please don't invest your life savings in anything we say on the show. You can contact us at feedback@aussietechcrypto.com. Visit the website aussietechcrypto.com. Thanks for listening to Aussie Tech Crypto. Tune in each week for more fun and information.